not have asked for a more beautiful day or a more amazing ceremony. For those of you who don't know us, we are Joe and Nick, the fun, athletic, super handsome younger brothers. It's such an honor for us to be standing here today as John's best man.
Erin, who could not look more beautiful today, is one of the friendliest, kindest, most well-rounded gals I've ever met. And John, who's looking pretty handsome himself today, is one of the strongest, most generous, hardest working guys I know. But they didn't get here on their own. So one last special thank you to their parents, Erin's parents, Ann and Dugan, and our parents, Cheryl and John, for helping the bride and groom get here today.
Thinking about the keys to a successful lifelong relationship, Nick and I identified 3 things you should find in a partner. Your best friend, your most loyal fan, and your biggest inspiration. If you can find these things in a partner, then you've found your forever love.
Erin, I know that John has found these in you, but give us a few minutes to tell you why you have found these in John.
The first thing a partner should be is your friend. Being 2 years older than me, John was one of my first friends, and is now one of my best friends. We were roommates for 16 years, teammates on a number of sports teams, and we've even been co-workers, including working together at Playland Arcade in Hampton Beach one summer, where we would take alternating shifts napping with the stuffed animals in the basement. We've also been drinking buddies and travel partners, sometimes to John's chagrin. I say this because after one particular late night in Dublin, when John was studying abroad, I was overserved at the bar. John was forced to carry me over his shoulder a mile back to his apartment because no cab was willing to pick us up. To make things worse, he had to go looking for his degenerate cousin Jim somewhere in the crowd. 5 years older than both of us. John found him riding the streets of Dublin on the back of a garbage truck, doing trash runs around the city, negotiating a ride home. Erin, as a friend, they don't get much better than John.
The second thing you should find in your partner is your biggest fan. The person you can depend on for you to be there, always encouraging you, supporting you, and rooting you on. From cheering me on at Little League games in elementary school, to basketball games in high school, to taking me to the tailor to get my first suit, and letting me come shadow him at Goldman one day on the trading floor. John's always been there and has been looking out for me. I'll admit there's been times where he's been cheering me on to do things that weren't in my best interest. Like the time our family went to the Celtics playoff game, and I was about 11 years old and probably 25 pounds overweight. Which is probably why John encouraged me to take my shirt off and dance during the intermission music. I listened to his encouragement and took my shirt off and waved it around my head until my dad found out what was going on. We did not make the Jumbotron, unfortunately. On a more serious note, I can't think of someone that I trust more than Johnny, from bringing me to my first Patriots game, to giving me my first atomic wedgie, to, if you don't know that, Google it, to letting me crash in Southie at his place whenever I need a spare bedroom to stay. He's always been supporting me. Erin, as a fan, they don't get more loyal than John.
Lastly, a partner should be an inspiration. Someone who motivates you, who you can look to for guidance, who makes you a better person. I've looked up to John for as long as I can remember. Looked up to him more than anyone else in my life. Growing up, I did everything I could to be like John. I watched ESPN, listened to Jack Johnson, wore polo button-downs and polo hats. I read the same books and took a lot of the same classes as John. On a few occasions, I even passed in papers to high school teachers that were word for word the exact same. I did eventually go my own path, knowing that John and I were different people. Like, I actually knew how to surf, while John just pretended he surfed by wearing a big bong hat and hanging posters of waves in his bedroom. And where John chose to run a marathon, I chose to watch John run a marathon. Also, after meeting Erin, John's favorite pastime became watching Bachelor in Paradise on Monday nights. So we're just different people. I still very much look up to my older brother. Oftentimes, I still find myself thinking, what would John do in this situation? He works extremely hard, he cannot be more generous, and he's always looking out for others. Erin, if you're looking for an inspiration, you'll always find it in John.
Aaron, while I could not be more sure you found your lifelong partner in John, I also know that John hit the absolute jackpot by finding you. In fact, I vividly remember at my high school graduation party, my friend Allie thought you were so perfect, and she asked me if I thought you and John would get married. And I remember saying that I hoped so. I'm so excited to welcome you into the family, and I love you guys.
Aaron, you're beautiful, smart, fun, and caring. You come from such a great family. You fit into our family from day one. We're so glad this day has finally arrived. We love you guys. We're so happy for you guys. Let's do a toast to the newlyweds.